Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to do a flip through from the start of the planner right the way through to June. And if you have a look, it's pretty chunky. And as much as I have spent the last little while talking about how I don't like the patterns for 2025, or like, you know, the 24-25 release from Erin Condren, I can't complain about the quality because this is the 5th year that I've used an 8x10 soft bound. And if you can see how much stickers I use in these books, and they have held up really well, and here is the proof. So this is 2020, and as you can see I have upped my sticker game given how thick this one is, and I'm only halfway through the year. Hopefully this one still holds up because I've started to use kits this year. But anyway, that's 2020. And then this is 2021. Still going strong, held together. There, I should probably put it like that so it's not as up close to you. And then this is 2022. Here. Look how thick that is. Now that was a pretty big year. Oh, hold on. Look, you see? So thick. And then last year, 2023. So they definitely hold up to my sticker planning needs. And I have tried another bound book and it just couldn't handle it at all. It was just sitting like really thick and the binding was starting to crack and it just couldn't handle it at all. So I ended up, if you're following me last year, I had, decided I didn't want to use one of these last year, and I tried that other one, and then I ended up back in one of these again. So anyway, yeah, the quality is definitely there. So let's take a look at the flip through. So this is my first little cover, and the Coffee Monsters Co. came out with floral themed monthlies this year, and it inspired my sort of overarching theme. I love a good theme. So I got this little quote from Alice in Wonderland, "Do you suppose she's a wildflower?" And then this is a lavender sticker, but it's from Coffee Monsters Co. And then I have my little 2024 vinyl in the purples, and I have this purpley name tag, and I didn't write that this year. I got this from Planner Monkey Co. and stuck it on it. And then I can buy myself flowers for the planner theme. I have Planner Nerd, that's from Fox and Pip, and the How to Life manual, and then the little "This is the Year of the Dragon" sticker are all from Coffee Monsters Co. If you want to see the setup of this planner, I will link it below. That's the opening page, and then we just have a little quote page, didn't do anything with. And then I use this for my monthly themes. It's not exactly a functional theme, but I do refer to it because when I'm talking to you guys about setting up for the next month, for example in August, and I have the kit, I'll be able to remember that August is a puppy. It's just fun to look back on and use all these little free digitals from Coffee Monsters Co. And then I have a little floral Coffee Monsters Co. die cut. And then "May your life be like a wildflower, growing freely in the beauty and joy of each day." Because I chose like wildflower for the overarching theme, and then these are all the different types of flowers for each month. And that 2024 is from Hubbin and Chub Girl. I added it later. I ended up with a whole load of spares and I just decided to stick them randomly. Then this is my yearly overview. So this is the actual functional part where I capture events and birthdays. So this I made myself, the 2024 yearly overview sticker paper, and then these stickers I added from Coffee Monsters Co. and this was another little die cut from Coffee Monsters Co. with the florals. And these all came in like a set of free strips with the different florals and colours from Coffee Monsters Co. And I was lucky, I just happened to have 12 of them. And then I used the 12 little washi headers with all the different flowers for that month. And then I pulled a little washi sticker off the large doodle sheets for each month and put it beside. So I really love how this looks. Whenever I set it up, I only actually had the first 6, but now I was able to put in them all, and it's just fun to look at. I really love setting these up. This I am not as happy with. I wanted a way to capture my weekly themes all in one spread in the way that I did my monthlies all in one spread. And I don't know, maybe because here it started to get a little bit crushed, and I think maybe it's because I had to cover the pages with grey sticker paper. Underneath this was like all the heritage, like holidays and stuff. And I can't remember what was underneath this, but it had just been 2 notes pages. I wouldn't have had to do that. I could have just stuck down like a smaller version of the calendar and then wrote out the weeks and kept it all in lines. I don't know what it is about this I don't hate it, and I'm going to continue with it. Like, it shows you all the different themes that I've had so far for the first part of the year, and I'll continue with putting a little sticker and writing what I use for the rest of the year. But next year I'll probably do something different in terms of a layout for what my weekly themes were. And then we're into the January month, and every month I put a little art piece, and this was actually put up as a colouring page on Coffee Monsters Co, and then one of the followers of that page coloured it in, and I asked her permission to use it, and she very nicely said yes, so I printed it and stuck it in for January. And then this I love. I've tried different things over the years with the month. I've said at some point I'll show you all those other planners. I want to kind of take a look at the evolution of my planning. This is my only planner this year, but I used to have a functional planner that was like an A5, and then this bigger planner was a memory planner. I ended up just making this either a duplicate of that, but it was all blank mainly. And I think one year I maybe tried to use it for like tracking how many hours I'd slept each night or something. So it was like putting a functional spread in a memory planner. It didn't really work, but I finally come to a good place with how I use my monthly. And this is memory keeping and functional. And if you watch me set up my monthlies, like I'll show you July, don't have very much in it other than what needs to be in it. So when I go to plan for the week ahead, I'm able to look at what appointments and events I have in. But each day then, as the month goes on, I then swap it from being functional into a memory planner. And then if I have nothing to put in that day, I use the little decor stickers from the kits and fill out the box. But for the most part, I have something to put, and it's been really fun, and it's a kind of a summary of your month. Like, I know that I was off work sick here, and I put that out. I put in that it snowed. Whereas the start of the month, this wee section, this would have been blank, this would have said Tesco delivery, and this would have said the nail appointment. But I was able to add in all the different things that happened, and it's fun to look back on. So that's January anyway. And January was Snowdrop Flower, I believe. Anyway, this is the dashboard page, which I also love, and I've tried lots of different things for it over the years. Some of them it wouldn't matter if I didn't have, but I like I said, I love a good theme, and I love being able to look back and see what different things were. So I have here my journal themes. So the journal theme for my year in my life journal was Cozy Plants. I use the Husband and Chub Girl subscriptions, and then I make my own for socials this year, and this year's theme is stationery, and I chose washi for January. And then I used the little vinyl here to put what the theme is, Snowdrop. And I have a weekly themes here. So I do have this, like I showed you, kind of like a master at the start, but I love this, and I'm not going to change it, I don't think. It depends what planner I use in the end next year and if there's space for it. But I love having my little, like this is from Planner Monkey Co, and then I write week 1, and then I take one of the stickers from the kit or theme that I'm using and put in what it is. So this was the 2024. Hello 2024 was the kit, and then this one, this little narwhal, because the theme was Arctic Winter. And then week 3 was Icy Wonderland from Coffee Monsters Co. Love that little dude. And then this is just called Plants, this theme. It was from Husband and Chub Girl. I said I love this. And then I have a verse of the month. It's just nice to have there to look at, because I do flip back to this every day as I'm filling them in and writing what I'm currently watching, which is what I use this for. I don't watch as many films now because I've got really into reading, but you can see I am very much a movie lover and watch a lot of films, and I actually refer to this quite a lot. Like Stephen Albee had, well, I was going to say an argument, but you know what I mean, a disagreement of when the last time we watched a certain film was, and I was convinced it was a certain month and he was convinced it was another, and I was able to actually go to my planner, because I tracked currently watching last year too, and tell him, and FYI, I was right. So then we get into the weeks. So here we have 2024. This is Hello 2024 from Hubman and Shop Girl. And this is my favourite New Year spread I've ever done. I do love other ones, like I did Golden New Year from Coffee Monsters Co. one year. But I think it's just because my favourite colour is purple, and because I really had been itching to try the hourly layout, and I got into it. And I used the kit, lots of different things. And then after the whole back and forward I felt last year, it just felt so good just to be in something that I enjoyed and liked and was happy with. So yeah, I love this spread. It's a little free doodle from Coffee Monsters Co. And then this is the Arctic Winter, which again I love. The little they're not seals, what are they called? Walrus. It took way too long to think of that word. A little walrus and penguin and polar bears and stuff. They're just so adorable. And I do believe it snowed somewhere around here. Maybe it was the next week. Yeah, it snowed, so that worked out well. This is the Icy Wonderland kit from Coffee Monsters Co. Again, another favourite. I love a lot of these. If you asked me to actually pick a favourite, I probably couldn't. And I love that wee dude. I've been using my sidebar for work and when I post on Instagram and YouTube and stuff. And what week it is, I like writing. Started that last year, whether it's week 1, 2, 3, etc. Don't know what got me to start, I really don't, but I enjoy doing that now. And other than that, I just put like a vinyl usually in like a little bit of decor or a full box, depending on what I have. And then this is the plants theme for week 4. Gorgeous, love the colour, the greens and browns. And after doing 2 weeks of like blues and stuff, it was nice to do something different. And that's January. And then February I used this isn't a print, this is a card, a journal card that got sent in a order, and it said find your little pocket of peace. Really cute. For February. And then we have the violets, and I love how this turned out. And it's the colour combination of yellow and purple wouldn't be something I would normally go for, but it just looks so striking together. Helen, I've said this before, is just so good at colours and putting different colours together. Just loved it. I got a sick line in February. That was something that was very unpredictable, and I was off for quite a while because the doctor made me, and I listened to my doctor. But it's just to be able to look back and think of wee things like that. And at the end of the day, if I go like, why did I write coffee and cake here? I can't flip to the actual day, but then I can also go into my journal for that day and see what I was doing. If curiosity strikes and I'm thinking, coffee and cake? I must have had coffee and cake at Mum and Dad's. I don't know why I didn't specify that more, but yeah, I can look up my journal if I really wanted to. But that's February. And then we have the dashboard, and for this one I didn't do doodles. I picked a little full box from each, but I love it. And it was Love is in the Air and ink for my themes. And that's my currently watching. I use a little TV doodle every month as well from Coffee Monsters Co. This I love. I love this theme. It is a new chapter, I believe it's called. Hold on. Yep. From Coffee Monsters Co. Gorgeous. I love, and I put like these seals that have copper in them. And there's copper in the metallic of this Reading and Resting washi. This is a newer one from Coffee Monsters Co. Love it. And then this is Starry Night with a Coffee Monsters Co. washi with it. Love it. Wee sloths are so cute. And I've got so used to having so much space, and I'm so glad I tried kits this year, because I always stayed away from it and just made other things work because I was in an 8x10, and the kits that I had initially bought were Hobonichi Cousin. That's from like a standard size. I must have mixed these two. But I love it. I love the fact that it doesn't go edge to edge and stuff. It's just, How many times can you say you love it, Ruth? But I do. And then I wasn't at work. I used this little bear doctor to say that I had a sick line. That's from the Take Care range from Hubman and Chub Girl. I love their stickers, totally addicted. Coffee Monsters Co and Hubman and Chub Girl. Two of my favourites, definitely. This is Hungry Panda theme. I didn't have a vinyl set. You get them in packs of 5. But I just printed out one of the free digitals and sort of faked it with sticker paper here, and it does the job just right. So I must have been painting here. Paint behind curtains, paint. Yeah, painting in my, where is my office now, but it's going to be my living room eventually. Oh no, hang curtains. No, I was working on this studio. Was that February? I feel like I've been in this room longer than that. That's crazy. Anyway, so that's Hungry Panda. And then we have The Best Kind of Mess. And this is when Coffee Monsters Co started releasing her digitals, or no, her journal cards, I mean, that she posts out for free as digitals you can purchase. And I printed this one, bought this one. And then March is a daffodils. So that's it, all filled out. I was back to work here after being off. For a month I was off. And then I watched a lot of films. Must have been taking the doctor's advice of relaxing. Anyway, yeah, I was in a period drama kick by the looks of it here. And this little mind map, 5 weeks in the month. Love it. So the week 9, I thought it would be fun to do a frog theme because it was leap year here. So I did frogs. I love the colours, the green and the purple. And then this is Cam Koi Pond, another great one. Colours that are more out of my comfort zone with the oranges and greens, and I used to only ever use neutral colours, and I still am a neutral person, and if you looked around at my office you would see, but I like a bit of colour now too. And then this is City Life, and I used the daytime version of Concrete Jungle washi, and then this is the nighttime version of Concrete Jungle washi. Thought that was cool. Of course, I'm going to be singing that song for the rest of the day. And this little vinyl came as a part of the Q1 subscription from Coffee Monsters Co. And I've said this, I think, a couple of times. I hope she releases a kit that goes with the Q2 subscription, the nautical theme, because this was an older City Life theme, and the Q1 subscription was City Life, so I was able to use them, put them all in. Then spring sprung, and I did what did you call this again? Oh dear, it's spring. I'm gonna keep my finger in here because I keep forgetting the name of the kits. This is Oh Dear, It's Spring from Hubman and Chub Girl with the little deers, really gorgeous. And then this one was for the Easter week, and it is called Happy Easter. Hubman and Chub Girl. That purple washi is from MT. And then we're into April, and this was with the City Life subscription, but because I got the Washi Wizard and the snail mail, I had 2, and I actually have one of these on my little art wall in front of me, and every time I look at it, it makes me smile. It's so cute, and I'm just obsessed with even the colours she chose for it and everything. And that's the washi that came with City Life, and that's ash purple washi from MT. I really have to replenish my MT washi. There's a couple of my favourite colours I've run out of ages ago. But anyway, April was Tulips and Daisies, and that's it all completed, very spring-like. And I was able to use some of the tulips in this from the Oh Dear It's Spring collection because I didn't have anything else to put, and I had used the doodles a lot in other days. It just depends what happens in that month and how small the doodles are as to how much they fill up. This was actually like a free little digital from Coffee Monsters Co. at the bottom of one of her newsletters, and I stuck it in there. And then I didn't watch as many films I actually, because I had watched so many in March and February, and that's crazy, I decided not to skip a line in between it like I was doing before, and then ended up not watching very much. I must have started reading here. And I've actually consistently read now for weeks and weeks and weeks, which is so unlike me. And I've read more this year than in my entire life if you added up how many books I've read in total. That's not an exaggeration, like I've read more this year, which is a good thing. I love having that wee bit of escapism. Anyway, so that's April, and then this is Tulip Fields, was a newer kit this year from Coffee Monsters Co. The little vinyl to go with it and stuff. And again, I was able to use some of the extras from Hello Tulips. How many times have I looked up the name of this blooming kit? Oh dear, it's spring. I was able to use a lot of extras. I got plenty, as you can see, with a little bundle that I bought, as far as I remember. And then this is another new one from Coffee Monsters Co. It was something to do with hobbies. That's the Hobbies washi, but I can't remember the name of the kit. This I actually printed on a with the HP sprocket, and then I cut around it and stuck it in. It was a little digital about having tons of hobbies, basically. We thought it was perfect because I had a big bit of space to fill in here, and it was at the bottom of our newsletter again. The name of the kit is Finding Peace. And then this is something a bit different. I tried a kit from Planner Monkey Co. and I got the washi and everything to go with it, and a couple of little extra decor stickers. And it was Everyone Grows Differently, this little vinyl sticker. And it was fun to try stickers, like a kit from a different shop. It turned out really well, all the muted colours. And then this is a New Day. This lemon vinyl came from the Lemonade set of 5 from Hubman and Shopgirl, but because there was lemons in the New Day kit, I just nicked it from it and put it in there. I actually just in the pre-order bought a different version of this washi. This is the Mountains and Meadows 1.0, and I've just bought Mountains and Meadow 2.0. This is one of my favourites. And then this little vinyl is from Coffee Monsters Co. I think it was on our Instagram. And then this washi's Planner Monkey Co. We're into May. And that's the completed May. And the theme is Hawthorn and Lily of the Valley. I was wearing a blood pressure monitor in both those days, which was a pain in the backside. Although it proved how much of a heavy sleeper I really am, because I was convinced I was going to be awake all night, basically having my arm squeezed every half an hour, and I slept right through it. Hallelujah for that. Anyway, then again, we're still not reading very much. And then these are the little themes with doodle stickers from May. This is it's from the Vault collection from Hubman and Shopgirl. Every so often she opens the Vault, and she just actually opened it again, and I bought Hobonichi versions of different house kits because I apparently have an addiction. I just love this collection. Look at Dumbledore, they're just so cute. And then this little vinyl is Luna Lovegood, and it is adorable. My favourite character is Professor McGonagall, and I just got the little, whatever these are called, what are they called, pop something, Funko Pops, that's the one. And she's currently sitting guarding all my stickers. But my second favourite character is Luna, because I just relate to her so much. She's in a wee world of her own, and so am I. Anyway, that's Harry Potter theme. And then Cozy Cats, love this theme too, very cute. And then Lemonade theme. Kind of makes me thirsty every time I look at it. And then this is the, what's it called? Quality Time. And I just thought, because I was on annual leave, it would be perfect, because I decided to relax and read and plan and just chill out and have quality time. Did we have a wee date night? Spending quality time together. Yep, we had lunch at Binky's. It was late afternoon. Anyway, Then this is June. I did thank you for being my guiding light. That was a freebie a good while ago, but I printed it again because June is our anniversary month. And this is the completed June, and the theme is, the flower is roses. And then we have all the films I watched and my little mind map. Didn't realise it was 5 weeks. So instead of going 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, I ended up doing these the other way around, but sure, doesn't matter. And then we have Coffee Lovers. This is her newer coffee theme. She had a previous coffee theme, but they all go together, even though they are slightly different. And they are my favourite coffee stickers, hands down. Love this little one. Just love them all, and the washi too. And then love this as well, the Honey Lavender kit. And I got all the little bumbly bees. They're vinyl die cuts, they're vinyl stickers, smaller ones. And then this is definitely one of my favourites, something so different. It is Classic Emojis kit from Coffee Monsters Co. And I had these little vinyls that I had kept specifically for when I use this kit. And I put in lots of random little post-its and like this washi. This is a classic emoji washi. The little header strips that I wouldn't normally use. And then these dates were extras I had from Hubman and Shubgirl. And it's different, but it's fun. It's fun wee spread. And then this is my anniversary week. So I did Love Is In The Air. Really cute. And then we have Turtley Awesome. Love this theme as well. All the little swimming turtles. This guy's my favourite. And it's actually the current theme for July in my journal. But I used it in this little spread in June. And then we're into July. And at the end of the year, I will do a flip. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I do hope you got inspiration from it. Have you stuck with your planner the whole way through? I mean, I certainly had never done it until I started sticker planning, and that's the reason why I do it. And maybe you're watching this and thinking, you know, why is all those stickers necessary? And no, they're not necessary, but they're fun, and they're fun to look back on. And I have now completed a full year in a planner since 2020. And like I said before that, I was always just jumping around and starting and stopping in different planners, and I never felt the need to, you know, planning was something I did as a functional thing, but it was never something I did as a hobby for fun. And I'm so glad I discovered this community and the whole world of sticker planning. It's become part of my life now, and I would be really lost without it, to be quite honest. But anyway, thanks for watching and take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.